Hi, everyone. Today is Friday, July 31st. And again, showing some of these tools. I think I've already shown this one, but just kind of putting it into practice for kind of preparing my speaking notes, what I want to say. Um, Actually, I think I'll just go ahead and turn on the microphone tool and see what happens. So it's going to start taking transcription, dictation of what I'm saying right now as I'm speaking. But before that, I prepared a few speaking notes in the text box to talk about how on the last day of the month, this is when I prepare the Google Docs and the email, welcome email, and the day one email and questions, reflection topics for the first week. Um, so sometimes I get some inspiration from topics I hear in the podcasts and conversations, interviews, or topics that are in the news, or looking back, historical dates, things that have happened on certain days during this first week of the month, and turning them into speaking topics. So things about travel, history, culture, etc. And then from there, sending out the email along with preparing those documents, getting the links, and putting them into the email. And later in the afternoon, I was doing some cooking, and yeah, it's really nice to have the kitchen um, clean and getting rid of the trash yesterday, and um, just having a space where I feel like cooking. And then in the afternoon, I had some online classes, and now I can rest and watch an episode of a TV series. I think that came out today. That's about it for today. Hola a todos. Hoy es viernes, el 31 de julio, y hoy es el último día del mes y nuevamente estoy preparando los documentos de Google y preparando el correo, los correos de bienvenido y de explicar cómo hacemos para empezar el nuevo mes y la, um, la primera semana de preguntas y temas, y busco inspiración en los podcasts que estoy escuchando y preguntas en entrevistas o temas que están en las noticias. Y luego preparo los enlaces de los documentos Google y tener todo listo en los primeros correos. Y lo envío a las personas que están inscritas. Y luego en la tarde estaba cocinando un poco. Y me gusta tener la cocina ah, ah, limpia y accesible para preparar cosas. Y me da más ganas cocinar en la cocina así. Y tuve unas clases en línea en la tarde. Y ahorita ya puedo descansar y ver un nuevo episodio de una serie que estoy viendo. Bonjour tout le monde, aujourd'hui c'est le 31 juillet, c'est le dernier jour du mois et normalement je prépare les documents et des ressources pour le mois suivant quand on commence le nouvel défi. Donc, je trouve des thèmes, des idées dans des podcasts que j'écoute en ce moment ou dans des infos que je regarde. Et l'après-midi, je pouvais préparer un peu dans la cuisine, faire de la cuisine, et ça fait du bien d'avoir la cuisine plus propre et rangée. Et plus tard dans l'après-midi, j'ai eu quelques cours en ligne. Et maintenant, je peux me reposer et regarder un épisode d'une série qui vient de sortir. Voilà, c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. Hallo an alle, heute ist Freitag, der 31. Juli, und dieses ist der letzte Tag des Monats, und normalerweise ähm, richte ich die Dokumente, Fragen und E-Mails ein, um die Herausforderung für den nächsten Monat zu starten. Und während ich alles vorbereitet, ich hörte ich mir mehrere Podcasts an, und am Nachmittag kochte ich und hatte ich einige Stunden im Internet. Ciao a tutti, oggi è venerdì 31 luglio e questo è l'ultimo giorno del mese. E in genere preparo i documenti, le domande e le email per lanciare la sfida per i mesi su che Sivo, e ho ascoltato diversi podcast mentre sistemavo le cose, e nel pomeriggio ho cucinato un po', e mi piace che la cucina è limpia, e stasera ho fatto alcune lezioni di inglese in internet, e ora posso riposarmi e vedere la televisione. Всем привет! Сегодня пятница, это 31 июля, и это последний день месяца. И обычно я настраиваю документы, вопросы и электронные письма, чтобы запустить челлендж на следующий месяц. И пока я все готовил, я прослушал несколько подкастов, и днем готовил и провел, и у меня были занятия по интернету, и сейчас я могу отдыхать. Это все на сегодня. Большое спасибо, пока. Okay. At the Nashville Casino show. That's strange. Okay. So it's still, I think it's still transcribing. I mean, there's an audio here, but I think there's another button that was asking me to record something. So there is an audio recording, but I think the second audio was just getting, yeah, I think it didn't quite catch that. So I think there was a second microphone button that I need to make sure to click before I really start speaking. But here, yes, I've been speaking for about almost 10 minutes, but so for the video, it's there. But yeah, so this tool, I need to make sure I click 2 times for the recording. Otherwise, it starts this recording, but the second button is actually for the transcribing part. So that really just picked up the end of the Russian, where I was basically saying, like, that's it. Also, I think I need to make sure that I'm kind of switching which language it is. So still little things to tweak on here, but it still helps. Like here, I do have my speaking notes, and if I click on these ones and turn them like the source, and I want to take this information and all the languages that I'm learning, I can compile this into like a JavaScript array that I could feed into another app that I've had for learning the Japanese sentences. I could also download this as a series of audio files from those text to speech. So that's something I could listen to kind of listen to it as just a playlist in a way of these phrases, and it can adapt to the speed of the text to speech speed. So if I do want it to be a little slower so I can follow it, I could do that right now and get that audio file, and then also for the but I think it's going to play everything as soon as I start doing that. So I have to first select the where it is in this audio file. Yeah, there, and share the audio. And then from there, it'll start doing that.
Friday, July 31st. This is the last day of the month, and typically, I set up the documents, questions, and emails to launch the challenge for the next
I'll
month.
stop here, but yeah, it's compiling the audio.
While setting things up.